welcome students, welcome to the fourth lecture of your computer class. In the previous lecture we had discussed about the generations of computer, the first generation of computer and fourth generation of computer, second, third and fourth and fifth generation of computers, and we discussed their the time period they were from, the main components, their characteristics and some of examples of them, and how they have evolved over the years. So I hope that you have listened to previous lectures carefully and you are revising the lecture at your homes. So in this lecture we are going to talk about, this is going to be a little brief because we are just going to talk about the characteristics of computer. So as human beings have characteristics, computer also have characteristics. So let's see what are the different characteristics of computers. The characteristics of a typical modern day computer are as follows. Speed. A computer can perform complex mathematical and statistical calculations at a very high speed. As you know, that speed is one of the main characteristics of a computer. For example, if you tell a person that okay, you have to multiply 3000 with 20,000 and then divide it with 200 and multiply it with 6.22, then divide that number with 500 and all, and then minus it with 670.5. So it would be very difficult for a human being to calculate at a very high speed. Human beings will be able to, a person is capable of calculating such difficult mathematical calculations, but it will take a lot of time for a normal person to do it. But what do computers do? They are very high speed. This is one of the characteristics of computers, that they very high speed machines that can perform complex calculations within seconds. What we need minutes to do, computers can do it within seconds. So this is one of the characteristics of computer, that if you are going to give complicated calculations to computer, the computer will take hardly some seconds and will be able to answer your question, and in a very limited time. So speed is one of the characteristics of computer. Not only mathematical calculations, but all the other things as well, statistical calculations as well, and it can perform a lot of different tasks at a very very limited speed, at a very fast speed. Okay, now the second thing is accuracy. A computer is very accurate. If the data and the set of instructions entered into the computer are correct, then the result produced will be accurate. So if human beings can make error, but because if a computer is designed to perform certain kind of calculations or instructions, or to carry out certain instructions or perform particular task, then the computer is programmed in such a way that there is no chance of making any error. For example, if you use a calculator, so a calculator always gives you the correct answer. It won't give you incorrect answer, because it is made in such a way that it will not make an error. Because human mind, there is a lot of things that are going on in a human mind, and human mind is not capable of producing result with accuracy. Sometimes we tend to make error if we are giving exams, or if we are performing certain calculations or certain things, we tend to make error. But because computers are programmed in such a way that there is no chance of making any error, so their result is very accurate. The data and the set of instructions, if the data and the set of instructions are entered correctly, if the programming and if the the set of instructions, if we tell the computer to do instructions that we tell the computer to do a task are correct, then the results will always be accurate. So accuracy is one of the other characteristic of computer. The third is high storage. A computer has a very high storage capacity. It can store a large amount of information in a very small space. The information stored can be recovered instantly and correctly whenever desired. So whenever you're using a laptop or a tablet or any other computer, you would notice that there are depending on the size of the computer, depending on the storage capacity, um, it can store a lot of data, and if you need that data, it will provide you that data within a very small frame of time. If you need some, for example, if I'm using this laptop and I have to open particular application, it will just, I'm just going to click the application and it will open it. So then there are lots of different applications that are stored in computer, so the data, the storage is very high. At a time, a computer can store a lot of amount of data. For example, in a laptop you may have music, pictures, documents, um, other applications, and so many other things, so the storage is very high. So this is also one of the characteristics of computer. Second is the fourth is diligence. Being a machine, a computer does not suffer from boredom or lack of concentration and continues to work with the same accuracy till power is supplied to it. So because computer, they are diligent, means that they are very they do not get tired or they do not get bored. They're very as only they the only time they stop working is whenever there is no electric current, whenever you do not have power, and whenever there is no battery in the computer, or it is shut down, or it is switched off. Computer will continue to work until and unless it will be until and unless there is no power, or there is no electricity, or there is no battery, or there is no power given to it. Otherwise computer, they are going to work for days and days if we are providing battery and everything is working fine. So they're diligent. They do not, just like we humans, after doing a certain task we get tired, the computers do not get tired. So this is also one of the characteristics of computer. The next is versatility. It's the ability to perform different types of jobs. Versatility means to versatile. If somebody is versatile, means it can perform, it can do a lot of different things at a time. Or not at a time particularly, but it can do a lot of various different things. It means that a person is very versatile, means it has a lot of different skills that he or she has to present. It is the ability to perform different types of jobs. A computer can perform different types of jobs efficiently. It can work with different types of data like pictures, audio, and video. So um, for example, some as human beings, some of us are given some set of skills by God or by Almighty, and some of us learn some skills, but not a doctor can be an engineer, or an engineer can be a doctor, or you know or or a mathematician can be a physicist. It can be, but for example, if a cardiologist, a person who looks at the heart of treats the heart of a person, cannot sometimes treat the ear, or an engineer cannot perform the duty of a doctor. So similarly, but a computer can do deal with different types of things at a time. It can work with data like pictures, and then um, you can work on videos, you can store audios, you can perform calculations, you can play games, you can do various different stuff. You can store data, you can make work spreadsheets, you can write letters, you can write books on computer. So it's very versatile. So these are some of the characteristics of computer, that it has high speed, high accuracy, a lot of storage, it is diligent, it is versatile, and And what are those? Can you also think of other characteristics of computer? If yes, then just write it down. Okay. So now, so now, when there are pros and cons of everything in this world, as humans, we also have pros and cons and everything. That we also, there are some things that we can do, and then there are some things that we cannot do. We have our limitations. For example, if you are asked to do so many tasks at a time, you would say, no, I can't do this because that's my limit. I can do one thing at a time and cannot do perform multiple things at a time, so I have my limitations. So computers, on one hand, they have a lot of characteristics, they have a lot of advantages, but on the other hand, they also have a lot of limitations as well. So what are the limitations? Let's look at them. So today's computers lack the ability to make decisions. They need to be told what to do at each and every step. In an unexpected situation, a computer will either produce incorrect results or will not complete the task. So the the limitation of computer is that um, it cannot perform on its own. Means that you cannot um, it won't, it does not have a brain just like human beings. So whatever is told to it, whatever instruction you are giving to the computer, it will only react to that, it will only give output on the basis of that instruction. So if you are going to, if a computer is programmed in such a way that, for example, a calculator, let's take an example of a calculator. It is asked for making mathematical calculations, but if you ask the calculator to play a movie, it won't, because it does not have that kind of skill set, or it is not programmed in such a way. So computers need to be programmed, they need to be told what to do. Whatever whatever tablet, laptop, or whatever things you are using, whatever computer, personal computers, if you are using any of them, they are programmed in such a way that they are told what to do. If they are performing a calculation, then they are told at the back of the back end, there's a whole process that goes on, to tell them what to do. If they are opening an application, then they're told what to do. We need to click on the application to open it. They are not going to do things on their own. We need to perform we need to give them inputs um, to give us output. They are not going to give us output on their own. So if, for example, if I've told this computer that, if I'm going to click on the mouse on the right, so just do this, perform this action, um, it will do it. But if I give some wrong command to it, and it won't give me the correct answer, it will give me an incorrect answer. So these are the limitations of the computer, that they cannot perform on their own. You will have to write, you will have to tell them what to do. So computers cannot perform on their own. These are the limitations of computers. Because in an unexpected situation, if a computer is not programmed to do, and you're giving it some instruction, some command that it is not expected to do, it will either produce incorrect result or it will not complete the task. So these are the limitations of computer. Computing that involves artificial intelligence refers to expert systems. An expert system is a computer system that has decision making ability like humans. A robot is an example of expert system. So what is an expert system? Expert system is a computer system that has decision making ability like humans. So now, as technology is progressing and as more developments are going on, so we humans are trying to create machines and computers that are human like. Human like means that they use intelligence. If they are given an unexpected situation, they can make the decision on their own. There are a lot of work that is going on in this field right now. So, and robot is, for example, is an example of that. There are so many different robots, which the scientists have created, which engineers have created, which perform different tasks, and they can communicate with you on that level. So artificial intelligence is basically a huge field. Artificial intelligence means that, you have to um, inculcate, or you have to put in of human type intelligence into machines. Means that just like we have brain, human beings should also use their brain, and they should make decisions on their own. We do not, if there is an unexpected situation, and if we don't, we, they should be able to perform in an unexpected or situation that does not that they in which they have to make decisions on their own. So this is a very vast field in which the work is going on. Robots are example of it. Robots, there are different types of robots are made, um, uh, which which perform various different tasks. Now, if you are going to, if you are interested, you should look into different robots. For example, there's a robot called Sophia. She's a woman type robot, and she communicates with humans just like she's a robot, but she will communicate with a person just like a person. If you're going to ask her anything, she's going to answer you proper questions, and she uses artificial intelligence to answer everything, to perform different tasks. So this is a very vast field, and the work is still going on. So this is what is an expert system. An expert system is a computer system that has decision making ability like humans. An example of it is a robot. So just remember it right now. So in this lecture we have discussed about the characteristics of the computer and the limitations of the computer. So this is probably the end of the chapter, and you should revise everything that is read more about it. If you're not able to understand anything, ask the questions. And if you're not if there's some difficulty, I can make new video for it. I can explain it in a more better way so that you are able to understand. So don't hesitate from asking, and please revise lectures at home, and give your feedback to me, and please make sure that you listen to the lecture and you do the worksheet that I've given to you. So I'm going to see you in the next lecture. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.